Hey guys, Chris from the Ultimate Recycler. I'm in a shed and it's not mine and it's full of stuff. Well, most sheds are. We've just bought the contents just when I need another big cleanup job or series. This could be the great somebody else's shed cleanup series. Who knows? We'll see what eventuates. There's a lot of collectibles, a lot of clutter, some old tools, lots of bottles. I'll do a bit of a walk around in a minute. There's also a heap of stuff in the carport that Christine's starting to box up. Some stuff in another little shed, some things jammed in cupboards. It's a deceased estate clean out, and the property is sold. We're not going in the house. All the furniture's been dealt with and we don't want anything out of there. It's all just this clutter, collectibles, interesting bits and pieces, and it should keep us busy for quite a while. Okay, this is just the shed, which was kind of the collectibles room and workshop, and the family have neatened it up quite a lot. We had a look at here a couple of weeks ago and said we might be able to help you. Turns out the house sold very quickly and we're back up here now. I didn't really want to take on another big job at the moment. I haven't even finished the farm, but sometimes you've got to grab these things when they're going. So there's lots of tools under here, wood saws, a lot of woodworking equipment, some spanners. I don't know what's in half the boxes. Little knickknacks all over the place. It has been neatened up, as I said. It was quite a jumble when we first had a look, but there's going to be some nice old stuff amongst it. That is a wine bottle rack from, I think it says, Blue Pyrenees Estate, but it might be handy in the shop for display. I'm not too sure. We'll work that one out. Lots of collectible stuff. Look at the old irons along the wall there. They sell quite well. I think the guy used to do a lot of swap meets and markets, so he was a bit of an amateur dealer. Tins, and over on this shelf we have lots of collectible bottles. There's actually some quite nice ginger beers in there, and lots of tins. Some of the tins aren't too bad. A lot of low value stuff as well. Those 80s port crocks don't bring a great deal. Oil cans are always nice. The odd sign, I didn't see any good signs, but it's all nicely sort of presented. So I think the daughter's been in here and she said she organised it a lot, and the family have come and got what they want. I believe he had some very nice bottles that he probably sold a few years back, but there's still some reasonable ones in here. But all the cupboards are full of just collectible stuff. Really good stock for the shop. Lots of milk bottles. Lots of bottles down the bottom. As I said, most of them are pretty low value, but they will be good in the shop. There's other cupboards. I think this one's got lots of prints and frames in it. And there's lots more of them up in the carport. More bottles down here. And I've just been getting some stuff off the top here. This whole door opens like a big tilt door because it was a garage. And I need to open it because it's about 32 degrees outside and it's like an oven in here. So nice old scales. And there's tubs of Coca-Cola collectibles, some of them quite modern. Matchbox cars. All sorts of little nicks and knacks. There's tobacco tins. I think there was some pocket knives. Some of these sort of 70s era mirrors. And I think this is what some of the stock that he took to swap meets. That's why it's been priced. I don't think they've had a garage sale here, but I think they're planning to with some of the furniture. We didn't want the furniture at all. Some signs here, so that's okay. All right, I better get packing. I'll try and give you an update, and I'll have a look at what Christine's packing up shortly. Well, at least I've got the big tilter door open now, so I've got a bit of airflow in here. The furniture stuff's all staying. I think she's having a garage sale this weekend, so some of it just might be free giveaway or something. We don't want any of the furniture or the cupboards. So some of the cupboards may well stay with the shed or with the property. I've just emptied a few more though just to move the cupboards. There's all these little novelty trucks and Jim Beam cars. These ones had biscuits in them, the Arnott's ones. They're not overly old, but they are collectible and people do buy them. There's also, there's a few more here. And there's lots of signs. These are all modern signs. They're tin, or they're steel. But they're all modern discount shop style signs, but they still sell okay. Some of them made to look old, but these are all pretty much brand new. You can see they've got a barcode on the back. I don't know what they would have been worth to buy new, but even at $5 each, there's quite a stack of them there. There's some frames. The old guy used to frame up a lot of stuff, I think, to take to his swap meets and to sell. And there's also some of these old mirrors. When I say old, I think that one's been reframed. I think they were mostly 1970s. There's a lot of Coke ones, but they sell okay. There's some Johnny Walker ones. There's an old box here. with a reproduction shell motor oil or gasoline, so very, very modern. And there's quite a lot of mirrors. I think there's another Coke sign under here, or mirror. No, that's Johnny Walker again. And that sort of stuff, whilst it's certainly not antique, and we won't be passing it off as old, it still does sell quite well. There's quite a lot here. A couple of original signs from somewhere, no exit. Indian motorcycle, that's a modern one again. Not super modern, not, you know, not current, but still reproduction. Harley Davidson. Oh, some of these are actually still in plastic, so they are probably very modern. Men have feelings too, but who really cares? Amazingly enough, I don't give a yes. Warning, no smoking. But again, that's modern. It's just made to look old. So, plenty of good shop stock, as I said earlier. And even if they're only $5 or $10 each, they should sell pretty well. The only way is up, and it's pointing down. That's a genuine sign, but I don't know where it's from. Asbestos removal in progress. Well, that's obviously a genuine sign. It's plastic, so it's very modern. Look out for trucks. That's a tin or metal sign, so that's got a little bit more age to it. And Tui's draft. I think this was one of those giant cans. They did. Some of them were like money boxes, just promotional type cans, and this one's been flattened out, turned into a sign. Not sure what that is, some tribal type thing, but I'd suspect it's very modern. Frontier Homes, Shepparton, so that's local, and the phone number dates it probably back to the 80s, maybe 1990s. So that's a genuine older sign. And level 2, going up. So there we go. There's quite a lot of value in this sort of stuff, even though there's no wonderful treasures. And Christine's hard at work in the carport here. All this furniture in the middle is basically staying for the garage sale, so we don't have to deal with that. But all the cupboards are full of tins and glassware and collectibles, and there's some lamps. Lots of ornaments. Don't even know what's in some of the boxes down the bottom. But yeah, lots of ornaments. Most of it fairly modern, but there's a sprinkling of 70s and 60s stuff. Some of these little decorative oil lamps are more vintage, more 70s, and a lot of brassware. Lanterns, some of those are probably a bit older, some will be Chinese made, but still they've been making those for 20 or 30 years. I don't think there's any really early, oh there are some at the back, some older hurricane lamps, so that will be quite good. Lots of timber work, brass pots. How are you going down there, Christine?
Good.
Good, you've emptied these shelves? Very good.
And these boxes.
So I've got a lot of crates to move already.
We've got some sulfuric acid.
Oh, it's a large demijohn, yeah. Hopefully it's empty.
Yeah.
And
otherwise you'll be in trouble.
sulfuric acid on my cornflakes. Old lamps, a bit of e-waste in here. And there's a lot of clocks. I haven't shown you the clocks. That's a case, so I don't think there's a clock in it. But there's quite a lot of clocks in another section. A little bit of outdoor stuff to go as well. Some cast iron bits and pieces, some old drinks crates that aren't in the best condition, but they're still okay. A brass fire screen and an old Massport push mower. And there's a cupboard over here with lots of clocks in it. All sorts, and some quite old ones too. There's some 30s and 40s mantle clocks. That looks like a Jungens movement, and it's probably been fitted to a homemade timber frame, but if it is a nice old Jungens 60s movement, they're worth a bit. This is a cool looking clock. It looks like a timber hubcap. It's a wind up. So yeah, that's quite nice. Modern clock underneath. Lots of other ones. A big barometer at the back, or a thermometer. Some anniversary clocks. More mantle clocks. This one's a 60s era. Ornament usually has a clock in it, and I guess it has because it's in this cupboard. Unfortunately, the neck of one of the birds has been glued back on, but that happens a bit. But these were, I think, Jenna. I think they were made in Holland. Very retro colours, wind-up clock. It's still quite saleable, and it should be marked, I think, Jenna. Can't see a mark on it, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. A good one for the retro collectors anyway. Coca-Cola clocks and little plastic type clocks, a few older pieces in there again. Yeah, all right, we'll have to pack it all up and we'll go through it at home. And there's a little kitchen area around here we've got to clean out as well. There's another clock on the wall, thermometer. Oh, I like these local town thermometers. I collect them. That's a Shepparton one, very nice. Probably a reproduction type clock, that one. Let's have a look at the back of it. And it is, yes, very modern. Made to look old, quite effective. The old classic fry pan thermometer from the 60s. Oh, there's a kettle thermometer and clock. Just a few little knickknacks, not a lot in here. Some more tins. He loved his tins. Mostly fairly modern. In fact, nearly all modern ones. The teapot sells well. That's in great condition. Very nice. Probably a bit hard to see with the light in here. Some stainless steel stuff. Some stovetop coffee makers. A bit more brass and copperware. Some coffee grinders. They're okay. Scales. Electric jugs. The Weet-Bix tins are reproduction ones. But they sell okay. And a couple of guys down here. Life is too short to drink bad wine. Yeah, reasonably good advice, I guess. I found a couple of nice lamps. I looked at them before. Yeah, Lenora, yeah. Yeah, but those old Hurricane lamps will sell okay. The Aussie one's going to be 40 or 50 bucks. Very good. And we've backed the van up here. I should really put the phone down and start loading, or I'll get into trouble from the overseer. And we've got the ramp set up here. We do have a bit of a van load already because we had to pick up, I'll get out of the sun here, we had to pick up a large glass sliding door. You probably can't even see it. I've got that much packing over it. And that's for Mum's house. We're doing a few renovations at Mum's house. So I picked that one up before we got here today. And it's 6 foot, 1810 mils. So just over 6 foot high, and it just fits in the van on a bit of an angle. But it's 2100 long, so it had to go. Actually, it's normal dimensions when it's in use at 2100 high, but we've put it on its side, we've got it in, we can get a fair bit of stuff in the van still. So our plan is to get as much as we can in today. Not sure when we'll unpack it, and we'll try and get back up here again this week for another load. It might be, I reckon today's load and one more load will probably do it. What do you think?
Yeah, maybe.
I think we're good enough packers to achieve that. Yep, and if you guys cheer, we'll do even better.
If you come and help it.
If you come and help, yes, that would be even better still. I'm getting a few boxes to pack in the van, and I'm culling a lot of bottles. All these are going in the recycle bin. There's nothing there that's particularly really worth any more than $3 or $4 tops. And I'm not going to wash up large bottles just to take up space in the shop. So recycle bin clears out a lot of that. There's a few more to go through, and some of the ones in these cupboards may even be the same. If they're damaged or very common ones, or just plain ones with not a lot going for them, I don't want to spend the time washing them. So we'll go through them and sort of cull as we go. It reduces the amount of stuff we have to take back. Have a look at this shelf. This is the money shelf. We're not after the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, or that one thing that we can retire on. Where we get a lot of value from deals like this when there is so much saleable stuff. These cast iron bottle openers are quite collectible, and they're often different brands. Some of them can be worth a fair bit of money, but there's heaps of them. Look at them, all sorts of bottle openers. There's that one. Abbott's quite a common one, but you know, Abbott's lager is still going to be at least $5. And look at the pocket knives. There's some older ones here. Pocket knives do sell very well depending on the brand. Bushman. This is quite an old one with the perlite type finish, and it looks to be in pretty good condition. A lot of these will be English, some will be German. There's the obligatory Swiss Army knife, I guess, yep. All sorts of bottle openers, key rings, a little timber bottle of Foster's lager, some hunting knives, all sorts of stuff in here. This shelf will be quite amazing what value we can get out of a shelf like this. This is why we like to do house lots, because if people sort them out themselves or have a garage sale, they'll put them in a box at $1 each, and you know, probably whatever's left they'll put in the bin. But we could get probably hundreds of dollars just off this shelf. What's this? A little brass hammer bottle opener. That's pretty cool. There's also badges up here. sew-on cloth type badges. I think the guy must have had motorbikes at some stage. So they're saleable. The big novelty bottle openers sell quite well. Merry Christmas, that's fairly apt at the moment. We're getting towards Christmas, and a Happy New Year. Haven't seen that one before. Compliments of someone. Carnox of Port Kembla. Not sure who that was. Maybe a mining company. So that sort of stuff sells well. We have some vintage toys up the top here. Kangaroo with a Joey. They're not super early, but they're old enough to sell. A little, oh, that's made out of timber. Yeah. I guess it's a hare. It looks a bit weird to be a rabbit. Reed's soft drinks, an advertising one. Reed's, I think, were from Bendigo, if I remember correctly. Doesn't say it on here. But yeah, so advertising stuff sells well. There's a couple more big bottle openers. There's some dolphin bottle openers. Some blue bottles. Some of these old poisons are quite good. They're early 1900s. And cobalt blue bottles seem to sell very well. That's a nice one. These taller ones are castor oil bottles. That one's got a bit of, oh no, that's just a sheer top, so that's a much older one. That's fairly modern. It's a centenary perhaps. No, it's probably even more recent than that. Bendigo pottery. Looks like it's 1980s era. So there's a bit of value in there as well. But that's the sort of stuff we like to sell in our shop, because tourists come through and, you know, they don't want a piece of furniture or something large to put on the bus or take in the car. Some of these creams and milks are nice too. Coke bottles. So yeah, little stuff, as I was saying, little stuff tends to sell well because people can pick it up as they're walking along the street and they don't have to worry about delivery costs or anything like that. That's an unusual milk. You don't normally see them in the large size. That could be quite rare. Shepparton milk. That is possibly a very, very good bottle. I haven't seen one that size. I'll have to message a guy I know on milks and see what he reckons on that one, but that one may well be worth sending to auction. I didn't notice that when we first had a look through. There's your big Darwin stubbies, which were available in the 70s through the 80s, and a lot of people think they're worth a fortune, you know, $5 to $10 tops, but there could be some other reasonable ones in there. This milk bottle here is a reproduction type thing. They sold them through giftware shops. It's actually not really a reproduction. We'll see if we get the light in the right position so that you can see it. It's a picture of a guy milking a cow. There you go. Absolute pure milk. The milk protector. There was never any such milk bottles. So it's not actually a reproduction. It's just a modern mock-up of an older milk bottle. But still, they sell for about $10. OT cordial is fairly common, but it's a nice purple one. There's a few beer bottles in here, and some of the siphons could be quite good. So some of these I may send to auction. These Peter's yogurt jars I get about $20 each for in the shop. So some good value in here. Excellent. Better pack some of this stuff up. How are you going in here? You found some good stuff?
I have a surprise for you.
Ooh. Bring it on. We like surprises. Oh, a Genie bottle. Has it got the top?
And it's got the top.
Excellent. Blue's a good colour. Ooh.
But wait, that's not all.
I'm thinking blue's like $200 or $300. The orange and the top. Beautiful.
And it's not even...
Yeah, often they get a flake at the top.
Yeah.
Fantastic. 2 genuine 1960s Genie bottles that have become really popular. You put that down, you keep clunking it on the shelf. They've become really popular in recent years. I think the purple one used to bring $600 or $700.
This one's an unusual colour. I haven't had that before.
Very good. Well, they will sell well. Is there a spare top, or is that's the top of it?
No, they're the two tops.
Okay.
And lots of hurricane lamps.
Oh, more lamps. I didn't sort of film
Oh,
in.
there's heaps. I've got
okay.
2 crates full already.
I just looked in the open doors. I didn't realise there was such an expanse between the cupboards.
There are all of these as well. And what I've already packed.
A lot of those are sort of reproduction type ones, but they'll still sell well. Beautiful. That's looking great. Well done on the Genie lamps.
I thought you'd be happy.
Yeah. If only the Genie had come and help us pack up.
Oh, that's me.
All right, back to work, Genie. Okay, guys, it's the next morning. We got home late yesterday afternoon, then promptly had to turn around and head off to table tennis where Christine's team won the grand final. So that was pretty good. Long day, tiring day. We've got to unload this today, probably at the shop somewhere. I'm not sure. We've got to work out some space to put it. And we'll probably then, we'll have to get Mum's aluminium door out, and we're planning to go back early in the morning to finish the job. So it's go, go, go around here. But a reasonable load and lots of really cool treasures to sort through. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next episode. Bye for now.